Well, 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 if it isn't Gun Safety 101, today's Vlogaday 809.
Morning. It's Wednesday. I'm up, at the crack of dawn, basically. Not quite, but pretty much. And I probably shouldn't talk so loud in the hallway. Let's be honest, let's go. I got a lot done, but it's like I'm hitting this part where I'm gonna have to just delete massive chunks of this book now. I was really hopeful that I'd be able to just like hammer through, do some chunky changes, but maybe, it's gonna take more work than I thought. I think it's gonna take a lot more work than I thought. Anyways, we'll see how this goes. Got a sandwich. Hopefully it's not too late for my soul. I've hit that spot where everything is annoying, when you're hungry and then your tripod tries to commit suicide on you and thankfully they had one sandwich left of the type that I wanted, so that worked out. That was actually a really good thing. Other than that, everything's starting to really annoy me, and that's a good sign that I need to eat food. Have I talked to the camera much today at all? I don't know that I even have talked to you, not yet. The whole revision process is good, but like I said, we're hitting this part that's gonna be really, really, really hard, and it's gonna require like some significant rewrites, which is good because I think that the middle portion of the book really needs to just kind of get cut out. But then you have to figure out like which details do you save as you've already written them, and which do you just kind of blend into other things as you go. And it makes me wish that I could just see the whole thing at once, instead of having to scroll so much, but it's kind of the problem with dealing with words. There are limitations to every tool, and limitations to just being human, as it turns out. Anywho, enough of this like creative existential crisis. I'm gonna eat some lunch, and then we'll go see Pullman for some more coffee, which maybe that'll get me in the mood to be more creative this afternoon, because I really need to get back to writing, and I hope to go for a run finally. It's been far, far too long. Anyways, on to the sandwich. You got your fancy mattress.
It's super heavy.
You got a mattress in a box.
I'm gonna drag this. So it's not the bed.
No, it's not. That's Prashant's getting a whole new bed set up. The mattress, well, he was expecting the bed to get here, and he's like, oh, I don't know when the mattress is gonna get here. But get here, and here it is, before the bed. So at least you don't have to wait for the mattress to put your bed together.
Yeah. I have to get the pillows too.
So I've been just wildly demotivated today, and not the last few days as well. Just this whole like post-crash funk, not great. But the sun is almost helping. One of the reasons I feel like is because I haven't been running, right? Like I haven't exercised in like 2 weeks, so I need to get back on that horse. It's time to go for a short run just to see how I do. And we'll get back in the swing of that. Hopefully that generates a little bit more energy, health, good feelings. Otherwise I'm on a downward slope, and it's not gonna be good. So let's go for a run, and then we'll see what happens from there. I don't know why I'm in such a, I don't know what this funk is for. Let's go for a run. I feel better. Oh wow, that's a really loud street cleaner. It's not gonna help the audio. I'm less annoyed with it though than I would be if I hadn't gone for the run. So that's good. Perspective, you know, Rod. Much quieter. I generally feel really good. One of my legs is a little bit more sore than the other, but just a little bit. Just a really slow, like miserably slow run. I think it was like 9.5 minute pace or something. Outrageous like that, but it's what's gonna happen when you don't run for a couple of weeks and you're sick and you still don't feel totally right with the world. But overall, good. Happy to be back out running. Need to get back into it, especially before it starts getting cold. You want to adjust with the temperature. If you start like running when it's cold, it's a lot harder. At least I find it harder. I don't like running in the cold. But if I just kind of adjust to it as I go, it's not a problem. It's the lessons I've had to learn before, at least. Just my running advice. I don't have as much running advice as Jake, but that would be it. I'm gonna go, I don't know, shower and stuff now. I still need to order the postcards. I also still need to order the postcards to send to patrons, which maybe I'll do right now. I'm gonna go do that right now, because if I don't, I've gotten a number of things done today. That's one of the big things though. If I can get that done, it'll have been a very productive day today. Regardless of how I feel about the day, it will have actually been a very productive day. Perfect. I just ordered 250 postcards. That is a lot of postcards. Holy cow. The reason that it took me so long to do this was partially because I had to figure out like the math of which postcards to order and how many of them to order, which there was one clear leader in popularity, but there was pretty evenly spread out. There was a lot of interest in the $10 and up patrons over a variety of different cards. So then it's just kind of like mental gymnastics to make sure everybody in that level gets one that they're interested in. Gonna try really hard to make sure everybody gets one that they're, you know, that they specifically expressed interest in. It's a goal, and then we'll randomly send the rest out. That is ordered. There are an extra like 20 or so up for grabs, I think. So whatever's left over, I was talking about this before about sending like thank yous to creators that I love. Whatever's left over, obviously you still have until these postcards show up. So it could be another, it just could be, I don't know how long it'll be. It moves really fast. Could be a week, could be 2 weeks. Jump on it, you'll have the opportunity. And then, you know, in the next couple of weeks, if you want one of these postcards, just $5 and up on Patreon would do the trick. But that said, whatever's left over, I'm gonna try and send off to people whose work I love that I've never reached out to before. Or haven't reached out to in a really long time, then they wouldn't remember me, one of the two. The hard part's gonna be actually finding addresses to send to all these people. I have a feeling that could be a struggle. Anywho, that's exciting. I'm glad I got that done. Today was actually very productive. I got that done. I got my last night and then a little bit today. I got the first round of this translation that I needed to do for a documentary. That's finished. I feel like I got caught up on a lot of email. I got caught up on a lot of stuff. Blah, blah, blah. You know, just I just feel kind of, I get in these little funks. But one of the things that I'm really grateful for that I was thinking about when I was taking my shower, don't worry, I've showered. If you haven't, I'm not smelly, is that my funks, like I used to go in pretty distinct highs and lows, especially when I traveled a lot for work. Like when I was on an airplane every 3.5 days, I had some really recognizable cycles of highs, and my highs were never very high and my lows got very low. And even in coming here, I went through I still was in kind of that cycle of like having to come up for air and then go back down to feeling kind of awful about everything. My lows are much, much higher and much more infrequent now than they used to be. Like it's pretty rare that I feel genuinely terrible and depressed, or that I struggle at nearly the same level that I used to when I was really struggling, you know, a few years ago, even a year and a half ago, a year ago, definitely a year ago still to some degree. So I'm in a much better place and I'm really grateful for that. And Patreon is a huge part of that. My patrons, the people that support me, and you guys, I mean, just even leaving comments, you don't have to be a patron. I don't know, just being in a place where I'm able to create things and share them. And that is like, becoming my full-time gig is a very, very special place. And even though I'm kind of exhausted and I'm running myself in the ground a little bit here and there, getting better, I'm resting and sleeping more, don't worry. I'm doing so much better. I'm just so much better than I used to be doing. So I don't know, that kind of snapped me out of it a little bit, putting some context to where I am and where I've come from, or where I've been in the last, you know, few years. And I feel pretty good overall. Life is very good. I have a lot to be thankful for. So with that, I will leave you, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning for, I figured for French Friday tomorrow. Actually, I'm going to talk a little bit about the struggle of losing your identity through living internationally, and the decisions and commitments that have to be made along the way, Because I've been thinking about that a lot lately. And also feeling that's part of the reason I'm in a funk today, I think. I realize I'm feeling kind of discombobulated and disconnected from the world, even as I get that much more connected with the world. We'll talk about it more tomorrow. And I will see you then for that. I don't know how to end it otherwise today. I'll see you tomorrow.